Hello and welcome to this Forex Preview at xm.com. I'm Maria Bashardis, and joining me is lead investment analyst Rafi Boyadjian. We'll be discussing the upcoming ECB meeting and the potential reaction in the euro. So Rafi, on Thursday, the ECB will announce its policy decision at 11:45 GMT, followed by President Lagarde's press briefing at 12:30 GMT. With the Eurozone recovery looking more solid now, do you think policymakers are likely to announce any changes to their bond purchasing program?
Well, Maria, we've certainly had quite a few hints in the run-up to the meeting that we may see some form of tapering at the September policy meeting. So it's very likely that the ECB will drop its pledge to buy bonds at a significantly higher pace. Now, this has been in place since March, but back then the economy was in a much worse state. At the moment, the euro area economy does seem to be doing pretty well, at least compared to other major advanced economies. So the economy does seem to be coming out of the deep hole. Recent data has been very strong. There's still some way to go for a full recovery, but the outlook positive because of the high vaccination rate across the EU, and the fact that partly also to an extent that most EU states haven't fully lifted their virus restrictions like the UK has. So this should help keep the Delta variant better under control. And also, perhaps more importantly, inflation is on the rise in the Eurozone. It hit 3% in August. This was above expectations. So we could see the ECB reducing its PEP purchases to 80 billion euros a week, to 60 billion euros a week from the current 80 billion. The main thing to point out here is that though policymakers will be careful not to portray this as tapering, but rather as a recalibration of policy. And we're probably not going to hear anything about how the ECB plans to eventually wind down its pandemic emergency program. So could call this tapering. The ECB will probably rather not do so, but this is what markets are expecting.
Okay, so if the ECB does indeed announce to scale back its asset purchases on Thursday, what reaction can we expect to see in the euro?
So we could see the euro get a small lift if we do see the start of tapering take place this week. Overall, the market reaction will be limited at this stage because we know that the PEP program will definitely end in March 2022. And so the big question is what will replace it? Will they beef up their regular asset purchase program once PEP has ended? And if so, by how much? But the main worry here is that Governing Council members are likely divided about what should come after PEP. And so the difficult questions will probably be saved for later in the year, most likely at the December meeting. And so until then, we will probably continue to see Fed policy being just as big a driver for the euro as ECB policy, and until we have a clearer picture of what's going to come next year as far as the ECB's QE is concerned.
Rafi, thanks so much. And thanks for joining us at xm.com.